What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Like and subscribe or a criminal running from the police will crash into your bedroom. Driving like an absolute maniac is a lot of fun in Grand Theft Auto, but in real life it doesn't end so well for the crooks. Let's check out some of the most insane police chases ever. Stick around until the end to see a chase that's like something straight out of a movie. Speaking of Grand Theft Auto, that's the exact crime that led to this chase. This dude stole a Jaguar and started speeding through the streets of LA like he was filming a stunt scene. Things ended pretty quickly after he managed to wreck into two different vehicles. He flips a truck super hard before crossing traffic and slowly smashing into a minivan. I think this dude bit off a bit more than he could chew with this Jaguar. Next time he should probably steal a Prius, they're a lot easier to handle.
The suspect is a Grand Theft Auto suspect with that Jaguar that you see there is suspected of being a stolen vehicle.
Okay, this dude might not even have a driver's license based on how bad he is at this. Somehow he manages to drive straight into a light pole, and then he tries to keep driving even though the pole is stuck under his car. After his car bursts into flames, he decides it's a good time to hop out and run. But then he quickly lays down on the pavement and surrenders. Someone needs to put this guy in driver's ed when he gets out of jail. This high-speed daredevil managed to smash into the only other car on the road. Seriously, I've never seen streets this empty, but somehow this still ended in a crazy crash. If you're this bad at driving, you should probably just choose a different kind of getaway vehicle. Nobody expects a criminal to speed away on a Segway, probably because it's a terrible idea. You should try it though and see what happens. Just make sure someone's around to record your daring escape.
The 8th Street is coming up onto a intersection here, a little bit of cross traffic ahead, and this is going to be close. Boom! Right there, big smash.
We've got more where that came from. Stick around to see even more insane chases. There's reckless driving and then there's this guy. Watch this dude weave in and out of traffic at absolutely insane speeds. He actually manages to break away from the cops for a little bit, but eventually his insane driving results in two massive crashes that leave his car too broken to drive anymore. Luckily, no one was seriously hurt during this chase, but there was definitely a lot of property damage to take care of. This is what happens when you try to drive on a rim without a tire. This dude ran over a spike strip and did his best to keep the chase going, but ended up wrecking incredibly badly. You usually only see insane wrecks like this in a movie, but unlike in a movie, this dude definitely wasn't a professional stunt driver. At least no one got hurt in this absolutely crazy chase. I'd be embarrassed if I was this guy. I mean, he somehow slams into a parked car that wasn't even in his way. Then he turns this from a car chase to a foot race and loses that too. Seriously, man, some people just aren't cut out for a life of crime, and he's definitely one of them. Plus, now the entire world gets to watch his amazing failure of a chase over and over. Hopefully he gets a real job when he gets out of jail, otherwise we're probably gonna end up with another great video like this. We're just getting started. The most insane chases are still coming up. If you're gonna get into a chase, you might want to invest in a belt for your pants. These dudes who are wanted for a shooting got into a high-speed chase that ended in a pretty nasty wreck. Then they took off on foot but could barely go faster than walking speed because their pants kept sagging. You know why you don't see members of the Special Forces wearing saggy pants? Because it's a terrible move, tactically speaking. Although even if these dudes were wearing well-fitting pants, I don't think the chase would last long. They look a bit too hefty to be running a marathon.
He's going to the right shoulder. Boom! Right there, crashed. Left turner. And that's right, the intersection of San Dimas.
I was pretty impressed with this chick's driving at first. She manages to pull off a pretty nice U-turn and weave through the cops trying to block her way. Just when I thought she was gonna get away, she makes a terrible turn and clips another car, giving the cops enough time to catch up and arrest her. Better luck next time. Actually, I hope there's not a next time. She'll probably lose her license over this stunt anyways. Driving straight into an intersection at like 90 miles an hour is literally never a good move. These criminals keep trying it though, and we keep getting great videos out of it. This dude led cops on a pretty lengthy chase through the city, but ended up being stopped by a civilian who smashed his car to pieces after he tried running a red light. Nothing like becoming a hero by accident. Hopefully the dude who stopped this speed demon turned out to be okay. Looks like they brought every cop in the city out to help arrest the driver. I've never seen so many cop cars in one place. This dude was flying. I think he was trying to channel his inner Vin Diesel in this chase. He blows through a red light and gets plowed into by a crossing car and then spins out into someone's yard before stopping for good. This is what happens when you try to drive like you're in an action movie. And in real life, they don't yell cut and let you go again if you mess it up. Here's a pro tip for any of you criminals out there. Maybe you should take a couple of driving lessons before you get into a high-speed chase. Some people just don't know when to quit. The cops perform a pit maneuver on this truck and it ends up rolling completely over, but the driver just refuses to give up. He still tries to get away, even though his truck looks like it was completely crumpled up like a piece of paper. Luckily, the damage it took made sure that this chase wouldn't last very long or go very fast. This is a good advertisement for that truck though. Most vehicles would have burst into flames by this point. I know what I'm gonna drive if I ever decide to rob a bank. Not that I would ever do that. We've got more crazy chases coming up. You don't want to miss these. Nothing like seeing criminals getting tackled by cops who could have played in the NFL. This dude starts a foot chase and manages to shake one police officer off his tail. Well, he didn't really shake him, the cop just wiped out by running into a tiny tree. I thought this guy might actually get away, but then a linebacker cop shows up out of nowhere and absolutely demolishes the dude. If getting away with a crime is a touchdown, then this dude just fumbled the ball hard. I bet getting tackled onto pavement feels a lot worse than on the grass. That's the least of this dude's problems right now, though.
Well, here we go. There we go. There we go. These officers are good. Boom. There we go.
I don't care how tough your car is. It can only take so many hits before it just totally stops working. The cops ram this dude over and over, and he finally loses control and comes to a stop. Next time, he should invest in a tank to use in his getaway. I don't think pit maneuvers work on something that has treads. I guess there won't be a next time though. This dude is going to be spending a lot of time behind bars after this. It's a good thing tanks aren't cheap. Otherwise, every criminal would be rolling around and crushing cars like Godzilla. Cops really don't like having their car stolen. I guess no one likes having their car stolen, but us normal people can't go chasing down the perps like cops can. This dude thought he'd chosen the perfect getaway vehicle, but having a cop car doesn't mean you can evade the real cops. He drives like a maniac in the pouring rain and manages to get pretty far away. But a spike strip blew out his tires and made him wreck into a field. Stealing a car is one thing, but stealing a police cruiser will make any judge want to throw the book at you. You should know that cops don't care about damaging their vehicles if it means they can stop yours. They can just get a new one if they have to ram a speeding maniac like this dude. Two different cops used their cars as battering rams to end this chase before it got out of hand. One of them goes flying off the road, but he did manage to stop this big truck in its tracks. Also, even if a couple of police cruisers got wrecked and can't chase you anymore, there's always more cops on the way. We basically have infinite police available to help come put a stop to your rampage. Until criminals figure out how to use invisibility cloaks, the police will always have the upper hand. Are you ready for the best chases yet? These are gonna blow your mind. Now, this is what you call going out with a bang. This dude slams headfirst into oncoming traffic and then goes rolling down the highway. You can't even see the car because of all the smoke and debris flying out. Somehow, this speed demon made it out without any injuries. That is until he gets tackled by like 30 cops. That's definitely gonna leave a mark or two. I'd still say he got off pretty light. His car looks like the Hulk used it as a punching bag. Speaking of rolling, this dude's truck did more flips than an Olympic gymnast. I don't think he quite stuck the landing though. I'd probably give this a 4 out of 10. This is why you don't run from the police. They're way better at vehicular combat than you are. I guarantee it. Cops can drive like the lunatics in Mad Max and know how to really ruin your day if you try to make it escape. Being a criminal is a bad idea when we have a massive police force who are specifically trained to stop you. Just get a normal job like the rest of us. You won't have to be sent flying through the air at 100 miles per hour. Going off-road didn't turn out to be such a great idea for this criminal. There's like a dozen cop cars in pursuit, and one of them manages to ram him into a ditch. It kind of looked like they were out there making crop circles. Maybe this dude was trying to message some aliens to come help him out. Unfortunately for him, they didn't show up, and a bunch of cops with assault rifles were on top of him in a flash. In a fight between ET and a tactical police squad, my money's on the guys with the